Good Friday evening, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on this September 25th edition of FSU Weather. I'm Casey Cloud.
And I'm Andreas Rondon.
A really nice day around the region here, Big Bend region. Great weather day. But we want to go ahead and kind of talk about now the rainfall situation in the tropics that we're watching here over the next couple of days and into early next week. There is a high chance of rainfall that we will be monitoring across our region.
Yes, and that should help us out because we're in a little bit of a drought right now around the Panhandle mostly.
Yeah, we're talking about Miami-Dade, Broward County as well. South Florida, a drought condition, and now the rain should help with this. You see that rain right there? This is from the Weather Prediction Center. Their 7-day forecast. It does show that there will be rainfall rates and rainfall totals, maybe upwards of 6 inches around the Panama City area. The lesser orange color, more the darker orange, 4 to 5 inches around Tallahassee out to Lake City.
So people should be watching out for flash flooding potentials because that's a lot of rain for a short amount of time.
Yeah, something that does need to be monitored very closely. There is that chance. Now, we haven't seen too much rain, and since we're in a drought, we do have a few inches of rain that we can spare. We just don't want the rain to fall too quickly across our area.
Yeah, that's very dangerous considering that, flash flooding, it's unexpected, So people should really pay attention to that.
Yeah, just always remember that motto, turn around, don't drown. That's what the Weather Service says. It's really important. Just make sure if you see too much water over an area, you just need to be aware of that. But right now, I'll go ahead and take you out to an overview of the weather show here tonight. We do see that there is some rainfall going on in central Florida this evening. A few isolated showers down there to Gainesville, corridor Gainesville out toward Orlando is something to keep an eye on this evening. So again, that's something we'll monitor here closely. That shouldn't really have too big of an impact on our forecast though, so that's some good news. Nice and clear here across our area on this Friday evening. But going ahead and getting in toward more of your weather situation that we see those current temperatures. 76 degrees right now, Tallahassee. A little warmer on the coast, actually. A little unusual. 83 St. Mark's, 81 in Wilma, 78 in Carabel, getting back toward the coast and parts of Franklin County. But for tonight, 66 degrees, a nice evening around partly cloudy skies. Those winds shouldn't be too big of a factor. And here's your weather headlines. It will be a nice evening around. That rain will return. But again, we're going to keep our eyes on the tropics here very closely across our region. So it's something that we'll continue to monitor here over the next couple of days, Andres.
But yeah, did you hear about that tornado that hit South Carolina last night?
Yeah, just west of Charleston.
Yes.
Serious situation there. Wasn't really expected, but about 12:40 in the morning, there was an area of rotation that did develop. And here, what I have pulled up is from the National Weather Service in Charleston. 4 different views here of that storm. The top left, well, that's the radar view. Top right, storm relative velocity. Bottom left, correlation coefficient, and then the polygons in the bottom right.
Yeah, I heard at least 10 houses were destroyed. That's and a lot of trees uprooted. So I guess it was pretty strong.
Yeah, they're still trying to determine that. Haven't got latest word on that as of just right before the weather show. But the Weather Service in Charleston does have a survey team out there that is keeping an eye on that and monitoring that, and also just noting what did occur.
Yeah, so hopefully, hopefully nobody got hurt. We haven't had any reports yet, but we're hoping that at least nobody got hurt, and I guess if nobody did, we're lucky.
Yeah, no injuries there. Luckily, struck at night without warning, or we did have a warning on it, but it wasn't really expected. But right now, we'll go ahead and take it out to that first local forecast with Jordan.
Thanks, Casey, so much. This afternoon was a wonderful afternoon. Nice, cool temperatures, partly cloudy, as you can see, as most of the afternoon. Rain radar, is it broken? It's not, actually. There's absolutely no rain out of any of the Big Bend region right now. Clouds are a thing, though, but that's not showing up because this is not the satellite image. Tonight's low are looking fantastic, wonderful fall-like temperatures. 66 Tallahassee, 63 Thomasville, 63 up in Bainbridge. We're hitting near those low to, I should say, low 60s, maybe even high 50s in some areas where they are getting a lot of rain. Across the area, 76 Tallahassee, 74 in Monticello, and Perry being the hot spot at 82 degrees because they are by that water, keeping them nice and warm right now. Current winds, it has been quite the breezy one today. 12 miles an hour out of the north in Tallahassee, 9 miles an hour in Bainbridge, but that does feel wonderful outside because I certainly wasn't sweating today. Futurecast radar does show we do have a low pressure system right off the east coast of Georgia and South Carolina, bringing a lot of rain to Savannah and Wilmington. I'm going to put this in motion here. It has been soaking most of the regions of South Florida and northern Georgia and the Carolinas. 4 inches up to some places this weekend. So if you are heading up there, please be careful. Don't drive through any bad water whatsoever. But this low is going to bring a lot more clouds and a lot more rain to our region. And I'm going to break that down in the 7-day when you go ahead and see all those rain chances are increasing. We are going to keep our eye on the tropics though, because that low pressure system way out here does have a 20% chance of development within the next 5 days. But it is, for now at least, going to bring a lot more rain into our region. Tonight's forecast, wonderful lows, 66 in Tallahassee, 65 Monticello, 66 St. Mark's. Partly cloudy, no chance of rain, so the umbrella is not going to weigh you down if you are going to go out and grab a burger or so, because I know I am tonight. Planning your Saturday, you're going to wake up to a wonderful 67 degrees. I want to bring that light jacket with you, because I am from South Florida, so a light jacket does seem in need for me today. Isolated showers are possible, but the highs are going to stay around the mid to upper 80 degrees. Here's the 7-day I was talking about. Wonderful day. Saturday, Sunday, about 20% chance of rain, but as you go into the rest of the week, it is going to be 78% and 60% on Monday and Tuesday, which is good for the farmers. But for now, I'm going to take it out to the southeast with Jay.
Thank you, Jordan. Take a look at the southeast for just a quick little moment. Radar is seeing a lot of moisture over here in Atlanta and parts of Wilmington, because that low that we're seeing up there for most of the week have seen a lot more moisture, a lot more flash flooding possibilities. But we're not taking a look for there. We're taking a look more our area. We're not seeing rain showers yet. We're going to be seeing more of that look on Monday into Tuesday, but I'll get more about that in just a second. Lightning strikes, most of the lightning has just been focused basically on South Florida. You're seeing Miami, Key West, seeing a lot more lightning strikes. Orlando, you're seeing that as well. But most of it is just off the in the Gulf Coast right now. That's going to make its way over in Tallahassee when you see a lot more of that tropical moisture come into the area on Monday. Currently around the Big Bend, you're seeing 76 in Tallahassee. But for for most of South Florida, you're seeing 80 degrees in Miami, 87 in Key West. Orlando, you're seeing a couple showers and storms here at 78 degrees. But the rest of Southeast is looking pretty nice. Montgomery's seeing at 82, or New Orleans sitting at 87. So again, about mid-80s for most of the Southeast. Relatively humidity, most of the humidity is focused on Wilmington and parts of North South Carolina, as well as parts of Georgia. You see a lot more moisture starting focusing in on Savannah and Atlanta, but not so much as for Tallahassee and parts of New Orleans and Shreveport. Seeing a lot more drier air. And you see that with the Viper map as well. Seeing a lot more dry air over in Tupelo, New Orleans, but most of that moisture, like I said before, is focused more so on Wilmington, parts of Orlando, and parts of Miami as well. Now, let's take a look at the futurecast rainfall. Most of the rain, like I keep on saying and saying again, Wilmington is seeing a lot more of that rain. That can make its way off and put it into motion. Most of the moisture can focus on the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to make its way over into our area between Sunday and Monday. So make sure you have a raincoat and rain boots. It'll be quite a wet one for our start of the work week. Tonight's forecast is seeing 65 degrees in Tallahassee, so quite a cool one. Make sure you have a light jacket, because if you get cold like I do, you're definitely going to be needing it. For everyone else, it's seeing 63 for Montgomery, 71 in New Orleans, 65 in Shreveport. Just a bunch of low 60s, low 70s for most of the Southeast. And for tomorrow, you're seeing a lot more higher degrees we saw the past couple of days. For in Tallahassee, you're seeing at 89. New Orleans, seeing at 89 as well. But for the rest of Florida, we're seeing a lot more rain showers. In Orlando, you're seeing at 90. And Miami and Key West, you're seeing relatively at 89 and 90 degrees. But one thing, you still see a lot more storms for tomorrow, but that's going to make its way out into Saturday and the Sunday. But now let's take it back over to the desk with Casey and Andreas.
Thank you very much, Jay. Were you able to go outside and enjoy this weather today?
Yeah, it was a nice day around here. Nice day across our region, Big Bend, Southwest Georgia. Great day just to enjoy the weather situation. But now let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit, as we are tracking a tropical storm in the Central Pacific.
Yeah, it's Tropical Storm Nyala. Apparently it's heading straight toward Hawaii, and they're under a tropical storm watch for the next 48 hours, so should be something to watch.
Yeah, we'll be watching that and monitoring that. Now, it may not have a direct impact on them, but maybe indirect effects. Some gusty winds, some heavy rain is possible, especially in some of the easternmost islands. It's something to monitor over the next several days as we kind of refine the model guidance and look at that just to see exactly what's going on with the weather situation that is ongoing in the Central Pacific.
Yeah, so we should keep our eye on that. But for right now, we'll take it to Shane for a look at the national.
Thanks, guys. We've got a real rainbow of temperatures across this map, indicating a whole lot of different values of temperature. From 102 degrees in Phoenix, quite a scorcher of a summer day out there in the desert, to a bone-chilling 59 degrees in Seattle. We've got it all across the U.S. right now, from 94 in Billings to 80 degrees here in Florida in Miami. Let's take our attention to the national radar right now. The main system we're interested in is this large low-pressure system spinning across the eastern seaboard and really drenching the Carolinas with an enormous amount of rain. But if I step in front of that, you'd think there was nothing going on in the country right now. It is really clear across most of the Great Plains and the western U.S., due in part to high pressure, which is bringing clear skies and dry conditions. Not entirely cool, though, as we saw. With those dry conditions, though, there is a bit of a hazard risk. Here in northeastern Wyoming, they're under a red flag warning, which means that conditions are favorable for wildfires to start because it's so dry out there. Without any moisture, there's nothing to stop the fires if they were to spring up. It's actually getting so chilly, there are some frost advisories in central Maine right now, which goes to show that fall is coming very early for them this year. And there are a few coastal flood advisories in North Carolina and also coastal Virginia as a result of all that heavy rain they've been getting, and also those winds threatening to push some water onto the land. The water vapor map tells the story very well. That dry air I explained that's going on in the middle of the country right now, we can see it coming down from the north across the Great Plains and in from the southwest across the Phoenix, Albuquerque area. That's why their relative humidity is so low. It's what you would call chapstick weather because your lips get so chapped you might need to break out the lip balm. But in the center of the eastern seaboard, there's all those vibrant shades of green, which indicate lots of moisture associated with that low pressure we spoke of. Let's take a quick look at the radars. Just off the edge of this map right now, we can see that low pressure spinning away and drenching the eastern seaboard. Otherwise, like we said, really clear. We don't have clouds up on this map, but there is no rain to speak of over the Four Corners region. Just a little, as there always seems to be in the Seattle region, with another low-pressure system over Alaska, which has its arm draped over the west coast of the Pacific and is bringing a few showers to the Seattle region. Otherwise, rain continues to inundate the Virginia region today, and we'll be dealing with the consequences of that. Watch out for flood advisories. As Casey said, turn around, don't drown. Tonight it'll get down to 49 degrees up in the mountainous region of Denver, only down to 84 degrees in Phoenix. How's that for stark contrast? And as for tomorrow, 104 in Phoenix and a chilly 63 degrees in Boston. Here's Jay with the local weather.
Yes, local temperature is past 24 hours. You're seeing a lot more of a higher temperature for 3 p.m. for our area, 79 degrees, and that's not really that high. I mean, most of today has been quite a cool and calm and collected one. Mostly overcast skies, so again, we see not too many hot weather, we're seeing more cool weather and a lot more of that fall-like temperatures. But currently, we're seeing at 76 degrees, mostly cloudy. The overcast sky is starting to break just a bit, and we're going to see a lot more of the overcast skies over the weekend, so it's going to be not a hot one, but more of a cool one for this weekend. Currently, you're seeing 76 degrees in Tallahassee, 83 in St. Mark's, 78 in Kimball, just a bunch of high 70s and low 80s for most of the Big Bend region. Local radar, you're not seeing too much going on in our region, but you're going to see a little more of that into Sunday when you see a lot more of the lightning strikes, a lot more rain into our area. And this is what I'm mentioning. A lot more of that tropical moisture we're just going to keep an eye on for the next couple of days. Duckling's making its way from the Gulf over into Tallahassee, so a lot more rain is going to be focused on Monday, so make sure you have the raincoats and rain boots. Will be quite a wet one for Monday. But for the weekend, if you're playing a weekend, it's going to be a calm one, for at least for Saturday anyways. Seeing a lot more of that interesting clouds going into motion on Saturday at 8 a.m. You see a lot more of that cloud cover start disappearing. There is a possibility of some showers over in Perry, Monticello. That's going to make its way into Tallahassee for just a second here and there. But for most of Saturday, it's going to be quite a calm one for Saturday anyways. And Sunday, it's going to be looking a lot more rainy condition. We see a lot more 40% chance of rain for Sunday. So it might be a wet one for Sunday. Rising ranges do start going back up on Sunday into Monday. If you look at the UV index, make sure you wear some sunscreen because it's quite a hot one. We're sitting around 6 for your UV index, so make sure you have sunscreen. It will fry like a lobster if you don't. So again, sunscreen is going to be an absolute must if you're going out on Saturday. And speaking of Saturday, if you're going out to the beach, wind's going to be about 5 miles per hour. Surf is going to be 1 foot or less, so quite a calm one on the water. And tonight, you're seeing at 66 degrees, partly cloudy. It's going to be a very gorgeous evening, so go out and have some fun at night. It is the Friday. I know it's midterm week, but again, you can study everywhere on campus because it's quite a cool one for tonight. Make sure you have a light out though, because again, it's going to be quite dark. Tomorrow is 84 degrees, mostly sunny. Isolated showers are possible, but that's only sitting at 20% chance, so I don't see it affecting you too much for tomorrow. Again, it is a weekend, and it is a bye weekend, so it's not going to be too much to be going on around campus. We're taking a look at the 7-day forecast. Friday and Saturday is going to be looking pretty calm with 20% chance of rain. But going to Sunday and Monday, ranges do start picking back up. So make sure you have the raincoats and rainbows. Quite one for Sunday. Especially on Monday, there is a flash flooding possibility that we're keeping an eye out and monitor over Monday. And the rest of the week, after Tuesday, the ranges do start going down quite a bit. And also, the temperatures go back down quite a bit too. So you're seeing a lot more of that taste of fall for Tuesday and into Wednesday. Isn't that right, Jordan?
That is right. Actually, this Sunday is going to be a rare celestial event. It is going to be a supermoon coinciding with a lunar eclipse.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic. I know it hasn't happened in 18 years. Jordan, how old are you?
I'm 18 years old, so that's been my whole life. I'll have to wait a whole nother life event for me to actually see that again. It's going to happen at 9:07 p.m., so actually everyone will be able to see it, which is absolutely fantastic. Are you going to go see it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was only 4 when it happened, so I couldn't remember anything about that. But I know when the moon is going to be at a closest proximity to the Earth, so again, it's not going to happen for another 18 years, so definitely go and enjoy it, because it'll be quite an interesting one to see.
Of course. It's actually going to appear up to 14% larger than the moon usually does. So I definitely would not take up the chance to not go out and see it. And if not, I would definitely go out and look at social media and see what they post online.
Yeah, but a little more about that. Let's go over to Matt with our interesting look around Florida.
All right, thank you guys. We woke up this morning feeling really nice out there, and let's take a look at what we did wake up to this morning. 66 degrees here in Tallahassee, and really not too cold, but it lasted up until about the noontime hour, so that was really nice this morning. I actually whipped out the long sleeve shirt, and I think a lot of people did, getting that really good taste of fall. But let's look at our current radar from, this was earlier today, we're seeing the 12-hour radar here. We're clearing out really nicely for our evening time hours here in Tallahassee, but the clouds did stick around this morning. It felt a little bit wintry outside, I would say, but no rain associated with that at all here in the capital city region. Let's look at that satellite. We can get a better idea of where those clouds were exactly. We've got this low pressure center just off the coast of Jacksonville. That's starting to scoot a little bit northward. It actually brought a lot of severe weather to parts of South Carolina. They actually had a tornado last night. But here in Tallahassee, we're clearing out rather nicely. You see this area of clouds that's starting to move out of our region right now, as well as a little bit of area of disturbed weather over the Gulf. But we're going to get to the Gulf in just a minute here with our future cast. But here's our water vapor imagery, so you see where exactly that water vapor in the atmosphere is. Here it is. It's across the peninsula, especially southeast Florida, getting in on the action of water vapor. But here, we're looking pretty dry. It's starting to creep back into our area just a little bit, but really not too bad right now. It's going to be a rather nice evening. But let's look at that predictive radar. But first, let's take a look at the rainfall totals. Really not too bad. Down in Miami, they saw a little bit more rain. Fort Myers as well. Here, we only had trace amounts in the last 48 hours. But let's look at the forecast, because over the weekend, we're staying dry for the next day or so. Saturday, we might see a possibility of a shower or two, passing with the increase in moisture in the atmosphere. But there's one thing I wanted to draw everyone's attention to, and if you watch the Gulf, we start to see these lighter colors start to pop up here down in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's actually our next system, tropical system, that we might be watching over the next couple of days into early next week for possible development. But we've got that here. We've got that covered here at FSU Weather. We'll be watching that just in case. But for tonight, we're 65 degrees. It's going to be a nice night. Very comfortable out. Going to feel a lot like fall for sure. Down the peninsula, it's pretty much the same. 77s pretty much across the board for southeast Florida. Let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow, 89 degrees. Partly cloudy at times. We can see some patches of sun. Going to be a really nice day overall. Further down the peninsula, we can see some more rain showers. But then we're going to move into tomorrow night. We're going to extend this way out. 71 degrees, a little bit warmer tomorrow night here in Tallahassee. Down the peninsula, the same thing. Look at Key West, 82 degrees as the low on Saturday night. And now, Sunday, what's it going to be like on your Sunday, a day of rest? Well, it might be a little bit cloudy. We might see some clouds increase at our area. Highs near 87 degrees. Might be a good day to stay in and do your homework. That's what I'm going to do. Now we're going to pass it on over to Casey for our varying segment. Casey?
Thanks so much, Matt. Let's go ahead and get into the tropics here and see exactly what is going on in the Atlantic Basin. We do see that there are and have been some tropical systems out there. We still have Tropical Storm Ida that is still going on. It's not a tropical depression, actually, in the central Atlantic. It's expected not to last too much longer, though, as it's been really battling a lot of unfavorable conditions in the central Atlantic. Now, we are expecting, and do expect, based on climatology at least, tropical systems to develop here. We see in this red color, that's where the tropical systems are most favorable to develop. We see the Gulf of Mexico, also the northern Caribbean, the western Atlantic as well. That is where your conditions are most favorable. Now, what I want to do right now, though, is switch gears out to the central Pacific, as we do have a tropical storm out there that is worth watching. We have Tropical Storm Nyala, actually, 45-mile-an-hour winds, gusts to 58 miles an hour. It's to the south and east of the Big Island at this hour. But as we put the track on here, we see over the next few days that it is expected to go south of the Big Island. But as Andres and I were talking about at the desk earlier, tropical storm conditions are possible, especially for the Big Island here. Hilo, Hawaii could be impacted by this system with maybe 40-mile-an-hour winds over the next few days before this system does start to weaken into a tropical depression. Now we'll go ahead and transition away from the tropics now and get into your futurecast radar. We see Tallahassee-wide next couple of days, at least the next couple hours, we should see relatively nice conditions across our region. Now there will be some rain to the north. Atlanta could be seeing some rain. A lot of Gulf moisture that we're monitoring. Andres and I were showing the Weather Prediction Center graphic earlier, and that shows how there could be copious moisture that it will be impacting parts of the Panhandle region over the next several days. Something that we'll need to monitor. There's even a 20% chance by the National Hurricane Center that moisture associated to the Yucatan could develop into something tropical. So it is worth watching. We see more moisture here in the Gulf. Rainfall starting to spread a little bit further north, not really impacting Tallahassee too much. Sunday morning, still relatively nice here, but those rain chances will be going up here over our region over the next couple of days, and they will be getting pretty high as we get later Sunday and especially on Monday. Monday right now looks to be the rainiest day with some heavy rainfall possible, maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain across our region. So again, it is something worth watching. 65 tonight in Tallahassee. Temperatures in north and west still cooler. 63 in Montgomery, 61 Meridian. Temperatures out there feel like fall. That's what we're in now, the season. And that really is starting to get a little bit cooler in toward our area. Those conditions starting to spread in just a little bit. And tomorrow we see 89 degrees Tallahassee, 84 Dothan, 88 Albany. Again, we have relatively nice conditions across our tri-state region. But right now, we'll go ahead and take it over to the desk where Jay and Jordan are standing by.
Oh, yes, we are, Mr. Casey Cloud. And speaking of clouds, we have another storm that's about most of the East Coast.
Oh yeah, a very low pressure system that Casey was showing earlier in the Futurecast. It's been battering the coast with a lot of flooding and beach erosion all the way from Virginia to New Jersey. Like, can you believe that?
Yeah, I can. I mean, parts of Wilmington saw it pretty much all week. That low pressure system has just been battering, giving them a lot more rain. So the fact that it's going to most of the New England states is not surprising to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially most of the parts are expecting about 1 to 3 inches of rain on a normal time, but even so locally they can exceed up to 6 inches of rain, which is absolutely crazy. Probably some flash flooding, I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to cause a lot more beach erosion. So, I mean, we're going to keep a lookout for that if we go into later on this weekend into next week. But now a little more about our last one. Let's take over now to Mr. Andres.
Thank you very much, Jay. Today was a beautiful day here in Tallahassee. I believe the high got up to 78 degrees. But right now, we've gone down a little bit just to 76 with a dew point at 63 degrees and the humidity at 64%. So it's still feeling really good out there. It's not too humid, and we'll take that. But the winds are out of the north at 12 miles per hour. And the current local temperatures, like I said, 76 for us here in Tallahassee, 77 down in Apalachicola, and 72 in Thomasville. They're the ones sitting pretty right now out of the Big Bend region, with 81 in Perry right now as we speak. The current relative humidity for us is 64 in Tallahassee, and it's pretty much the same throughout the region, with Monticello sitting at 74%. So it's really not that humid, but we still have a little bit of moisture out there, but not much, not to the amount that we've had before. The local radar, there is nothing going on here for us, folks. It is beautiful outside, and it's going to remain beautiful for tonight and going on into tomorrow. Take advantage of this because you know what? We have a lot of rain coming, so a lot of you folks with lawns out there that want your lawns watered a little bit, take advantage of Monday and Tuesday because it's coming, folks. And if we move on until Friday and even into Saturday, and here are the futurecast temperatures. We have 75 degrees tonight here at 8 o'clock in Tallahassee, and the temperatures are going to go down like they normally do at nighttime. You know, all the radiative cooling is going to, all the radiation is going off into the atmosphere. So 67 tomorrow in the morning at 6 a.m., but we're going on into Saturday at 3. We're going to hit the high of 81. A high of 81, folks. That is beautiful. We've had a lot hotter temperatures around here, so we'll take that as well. Moving on into Sunday morning, the temperatures go back down a little bit, but overall, it's going to be a nice weekend. With tonight here in Tallahassee, it's going to be 66 degrees, partly cloudy with a nice evening. So please go out and enjoy your Friday night. Go out, take a walk, take your dog for a walk, do whatever you want, because we're going to have a little bit of wind from the north, so it should make it feel a little bit cooler as well. And for tomorrow, when you're waking up at 67, if you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, it'll be 67 degrees, and it's going to be a nice day overall. So please go out. Go to Landis, go to the Res, do whatever you want, folks. It's going to be a beautiful day. Take advantage of it because it's given to us, and we should take advantage of it because come Monday, it's going to be a different story. And a 7-day forecast. Like I said, tomorrow's going to be a little bit 20% of rain, but I highly doubt it will rain. But moving on into Sunday and Monday, and especially into Tuesday, we're going to have that rain from the Gulf come up here, folks, and it's going to wet our lawns. And hopefully it'll give us a little bit of rain because we need this rain around the Panhandle. We're in a little bit of a drought. But if you see, as the rain goes up, the temperatures go down. So we're going to be enjoying these temperatures because the rest of the week for next week, it should be beautiful. So please take advantage of that next week as well. But for right now, I'll pass it back on to the desk.
Thanks so much, Andres. We have been looking forward to this weekend for quite a while. I don't know about you, but what I'm doing this weekend, I'm going to go out to the Landis Green, enjoy these wonderful cool temperatures and low cloud cover, be able to get us ahead of some homework, of course.
I know, I need to get ahead of homework, but I know for me, I got work on Saturday, sadly. But after that, I get to enjoy the rest of my Saturday and my Sunday. I know I'm not working too much, but I get to finally play some beach volleyball. I've been dying to play this semester started, but I know I had work at school that all caught up with me. But this weekend's looking pretty nice, though, with Saturday being a lot more of a lower rain chance and a lot more cool temperatures as well.
Oh, of course, but even out throughout the beginning of the week on Monday and Tuesday, even with those high rain chances, it is going to bring those temperatures a lot lower. And we are about 0.7 inches below the average rainfall right now, so farmers are definitely going to love that rain, and that rain does bring those cooler temperatures, making it feel a lot more fall-like. Like it should be at this time of year. It's actually the third day of fall, so why not?
Yeah, why not? But also with Monday coming up rain chances, it's also going to bring a possible flash flooding advisory in our area. So make sure you stay tuned on Monday. We're going to be all around the clock. Keep a watch out for that on Monday and Tuesday. But of course, you always like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and always watch our dazzling faces on livestream.com/FSU Weather.
And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram too. We post pictures of beautiful weather events that happen throughout the FSU campus and the Big Bend region.
Exactly, as well as what happens behind the scenes and what happens on camera. Our shenanigans sometimes can get on Instagram. So.
Of course. So we're going to take it off here. I'm student meteorologist Jordan Frazier.
I'm student meteorologist Kimball. Have a great night, Tallahassee.